Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the film American Sniper. And just in case if you guys are wondering, no, this is not my uniform. This is actually my brother's uniform that he wore when he was a part of ROTC. I saw it sitting in the corner of my room and I thought to myself, you know what? That would be very fitting to wear in a review about a war film. So here I am, wearing this uniform. So the movie American Sniper is about the life of Chris Kyle, who was known as the deadliest sniper in US history, with almost 160 deaths attributed to him, and his 4 tours in the Iraq War. Now, I have been on the fence about watching American Sniper. I've heard some good things about it from some people. I've heard some not so flattering things about it from other people. One of my friends even said that the film was kind of like blah to him, so it didn't really persuade me to go see this film. But it got a lot of nominations by the Academy, and it is directed by Clint Eastwood, who is a Hollywood icon. I mean, this guy has made countless of great films that he both starred in or directed, but lately he's been kind of a hit and miss kind of guy. I mean, after the debacle with Hereafter and also J. Edgar, it kind of seems like he's fallen off the horse. And then he did Jersey Boys, which was kind of a bizarre choice for him, because Clint Eastwood directing a musical, I would have never saw that coming. But it looks like with American Sniper that Clint Eastwood is trying to get back on the horse and return to form. And does he pull it off? In my opinion, he's getting there. This film is a very well-made and solid film. It's not the complete train wreck that a lot of people have been calling it, like Hereafter or J. Edgar, but it's not on the same level as all the other films that Clint Eastwood has made in the past that I would consider masterpieces, like Mystic River, $1 Million Baby, and my personal favorite, Unforgiven. First thing that I give this film credit to is that they do not sugarcoat the intensity and the brutality of the Iraqi war and the enemy that we had to face. I mean, there were a lot of just brutal scenes in this film that made me go, God damn, that is just awful. And honestly, we'll never truly know all the details of the horrific experiences that Kyle and the rest of his team went through while serving in Iraq, but the film does give us a glimpse and an insight to a few of the things that they went through. And the action in this film was, you know, I'm not going to use the word thrilling to describe it because I feel like that's not a suitable word to use in this context, but I will say that it got pretty intense. I mean, the gunfights that they showed and just the showdown between the enemies, especially the sniper that they had to face throughout the entire film, I mean, I got anxious a couple of times. It was just intense to see it. And also, another thing that I want to discuss that I noticed a lot of people commenting on about this film is whether or not the film's message is pro-war or anti-war. And in my personal opinion, after seeing this film, I felt like the film's message was neutral. It doesn't outright choose a side in the film. In fact, I would almost say it has an even representation of both sides. I mean, you got Chris Kyle over here, who's very patriotic about his country and loves the idea of serving the country and doing what's right and protecting the people that he loves. And he doesn't regret spending any time, any moment in Iraq doing what he thought was the right thing. But it also shows the other side of the spectrum with soldiers who kind of have regrets about what they did over there and being a part of the war and like, fuck this place, what the hell are we doing here? So I would say that it evenly showed both sides. And the last thing that I thought was really good in the film was the acting, particularly Bradley Cooper's portrayal of Chris Kyle. He did a fantastic job portraying Chris Kyle, and I was so shocked that he could pull off a very convincing Southern accent. I mean, that was really, really cool. Man, Bradley Cooper, you have come a long, long way from All About Steve. Bradley Cooper was very convincing in his role, both in the physical sense, I mean, the guy looks like he belongs in the military, but also in the psychological sense, making us feel the confidence, anguish, and fear that Chris Kyle went through during his tours in Iraq. And he also did a fantastic job conveying the psychological effect that the war had on Chris Kyle. I felt it. But even with all its good elements, the film also has a lot of issues with it. The first problem that I had with this film was the fact that it came off as really generic, like a by-the-numbers Iraq war film that borrows heavily from past Iraq war films like The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. And this is not a criticism against the story that the film was based off on. This is more of a criticism on Clint Eastwood's directing. He just didn't try anything special. He did not try anything unique to help this film stand out. He played this film very close to the chest. Like, he knew that he had to make this film at least serviceable to people. So he didn't try anything really weird or unique or anything special to tell Chris Kyle's story, which is a damn shame, because if he did, it would have made the film even more unique. And I know that Clint Eastwood has it in him to do something unique and special with Chris Kyle's story. He just didn't do it. Not only is the film very by the numbers, but it is also just chock full of so many cliches that make you go, oh, they had to resort to that, really? I mean, I don't know if that's exactly how it was in the book, but I mean, you could have done it in a more unique way. Come on, Clint. Come on. The next issue that I had with this film was I wish they could have spent more time fleshing out and developing Chris's relationship with various people. His relationship with his father, his relationship with his brother, his relationship with his wife, which honestly is the most developed relationship, although it is the most cliche one of them all as well. His relationship with his squad. I mean, he spends time with them now and again, but I never felt that sense of brotherhood between them. And I know for a fact, when spending time with war buddies, you're gonna feel a strong bond between them. I didn't feel that conveyed in the film. And the last problem that I had, this is another case of missed opportunity, was that I wish that the film could have delved more into the psyche of Chris Kyle. What made this guy tick? What was his true feelings about the war? And again, this film is based off of an autobiography written by the man himself. I'm sure he talks about his true feelings, about the situations that him and his men were in, about the war, about his wife, about his brother joining the military, all sorts of things that were kind of glanced over in the film. I mean, sure, you get an understanding of what he's like. He's a patriot that really loves his country, and he's willing to go serve in the military, and he's a badass sniper. He loves his wife, and the war truly affected him mentally. But there are other things that they just don't cover, or they cover really short, or you don't get a full grasp or understanding about them. Overall, American Sniper is not a bad film in any sense of the word. It's far from it. It's just not a fantastic film, like a high caliber film that I would deem Oscar worthy. It's a slightly above average film that's done by the books, and it's done solid. It's just nothing really special or unique about it. And that's why I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's an enjoyable film. I found it interesting here and there. And if you want to go check out this film and learn more about Chris Kyle, the deadliest sniper in U.S. history, I would say go give it a watch, or if anything, go pick up the book. As for films that I would recommend that are very similar to American Sniper, there's the obvious go-tos of The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30, both of which are about the Iraq War, and both of which are made by the exact same team. And as for Clint Eastwood films, I would highly recommend checking out Unforgiven, which is my favorite Clint Eastwood directed film, and honestly my favorite Western that has what I like to call a perfect scene within it. I would also recommend checking out Million Dollar Baby and Mystic River, both of which are solid films. But anyway, what did you guys think about this film? Did you really enjoy it? Did you find it compelling? Or did you find it really boring and by the numbers and you just couldn't deal with it? And let me know, what is your favorite Clint Eastwood directed film? A film that he has directed. Comment below and let me know. And more movie reviews are coming your way, so stay tuned for them. And as always, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video on this channel, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.